I'm your host, one of your hosts, Kaiser Solse. And two, my left is the infuriated black fan, Jamal Darby. But you know what? Let me, because I'm never angry. I leave the anger to Jamal normally from week to week. But I'm angry. I'm angry this week. So let me get my rant out the way. I never rant. But let me
come on in, sir. Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome to the
let me step over into the angry fan.
Welcome territory. To the dark side, sir.
Because I actually picked the Panthers to lose, right? Remember, we both picked the Panthers to lose. We figured
why are we angry when we know know what's coming?
And I want right now it's only 2 or 3 y'all in the chat, but I want y'all to know that at this point, I only watch the Carolina Panthers out of pure obligation to Under Construction and our fan base. I genuinely love coming on here and interacting with you guys every week. That is the only reason I watch the Panthers. And you're talking to someone I can literally count on one hand. I could count on Pierre Paul's hand how many Panthers games I have missed in almost 30 years of watching these guys. You're talking to a guy who was stationed in South Korea and used to stay up late every night because of the time difference to watch the Panthers go 1-15 20 years ago. And now it's to the point where I dread Sundays because now I gotta watch these mugs. I gotta watch it. I don't even rock I'm not rocking my jersey today. I don't rock my jersey out in public anymore because it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing in my own city to wear a Carolina Panther jersey because you know what everyone's thinking when they see you rocking that joint. You know what all the Cowboys fans that live in this city are thinking. You know what all the Steelers fans are thinking. You know what all the goddamn Vikings, where all these Vikings fans come from. Dog, I went to high school in Minnesota. There weren't that many Vikings fans in Minneapolis when I lived there. Where did it come from? We play a road game every week. I'm sick of it. I'm sick. And you know what? You know what I can't wait for? I can't wait for the San Francisco 49ers to win the damn Super Bowl this season. It's going to happen this season. And I can't wait to see Christian McCaffrey and Steve Wilkes hoisting that Lombardi trophy, smiling and cheesing while the confetti comes down. Because I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to take a screenshot. I'm going to post that bitch on Under Construction every week. I'm going to post it on Twitter. I'm going to post it on Panthers Twitter. I'm going to email it to David Tepper. I'm doing all that. Because I don't think that Steve Wilkes, I don't think that this team is 0-4 with Steve Wilkes. I just don't. There's too many problems. And before the Andy Dalton crowd comes out of the woodwork, I don't really want to hear anything about Bryce Young because that young man is under siege every play. And when he does play well, when he does make a play, guess what? Penalty. Some kind of Ike Okongwu. Go back to NC State. You need another year. Boy. You need a COVID year. You're stupid. How many times you practice screenplays in practice, right? You know you can't go more than 1 yard up the damn field. Your ass go 3. On a play that would have given us first and goal on the 3, you go 3 yards upfield.
Kaiser, can I interrupt you real quick? Can I interrupt your rant real quick? Ike Okongwu, how the hell do you go 3 yards behind the running?
3. And then you know what happened the next 2 plays? Next play, we run the ball, off tackle, for a loss. More on that in a bit. Off tackle for a loss. And then the very next play, on an obvious blitz, blitzer comes free. Comes completely, I'm talking like Mad Nano Blitz free.
Kaiser,
Bryce Young's blindside.
Three times. Don't leave out that part. 3 times, sir. Three times.
Bryce Young, I don't know how he saw. Somehow he saw him. Was like, shit, I gotta get out of here. He gets sacked, fumbled, they scoop it, and that was the game. What did I text in our group chat? I said game because that was the game.
We all knew we were not going to score anymore. after that.
You get the ball back.
Put a drive together, kinda.
Before the half with 2 timeouts on your 30-yard line. Eddie Pinheiro, who is the best player on the team as far as I'm fucking concerned, and the best kicker in the NFL, got crazy range. I understand that. But still, you can, with 2 timeouts, you can get the ball well into the red zone before the half. But instead,
no.
And I'm not going to put that on Bryce. That's on the coaching staff. You got to have better clock management skills than that before the half. I don't know what I'm watching out here. I'm watching that. Y'all notice I named the stream Tecmo Bowl play calling because that's what it is. I mean, even the commentators are like, this is predictable. I mean, I don't know what else Carolina Panthers got to do. I got places on the coaching staff and David Tepper. Hornets fans, this is what happens. Yeah, and I said Hornets fans for a reason. When hedge fund babies buy sports franchises, they think they know a lot about sports. No, you know how to exploit people for money, and then you got enough money to buy a professional franchise, and now you're a football guy. No, David Tepper, you're not a football guy. I don't care because you own a percentage of the Steelers for forever. You didn't make those decisions. You ain't a football guy, clearly. Who's offensive coordinator? And I gotta say this controversial statement. I gotta think they hired Thomas Brown because they needed a black dude to kind of the brunt of not hiring Steve Wilkes, and people were coming out saying, you didn't hire the black coach. Well, look at all these black coaches we hired.
Oh, well, I got Iveru and Thomas Brown. Who we're questioning has any responsibility whatsoever.
Yeah, what does he do? Dog.
Kaza, what's the worst way to keep losing? What is the worst way to keep losing? The same way over and over and over again.
The Panthers have led at the half 3 of the past 4 weeks. You playing with the lead. No halftime adjustments. And here's this made me mad, dog. I almost jumped through my damn TV. After the half, and the sideline reporter said she talked to the Vikings coach, and he was mad. Remember, he was mad. Yeah, we got to do. Then she said Frank Wright was ecstatic. He was excited about it.
Of course he was.
Really? You was excited? You could have been up 17-0. Bro, ooh. I don't.
My turn.
Yes, please. By the way, I'm a drink on. You know what I mean? I know you're not here, man. Go.
No, hold on. Hey, y'all hold on real quick, okay?
Yeah, okay, we got it. Yeah, we got this right here. This is how
we'll be right back after these special messages. Hold on.
We're gonna start this off with a stout this week. Yeah, that's this is not a victory drink right here. This is a depression drink.
Hey, what you drinking on, man?
I pulled a Guinness out the joint.
Okay. I got some Douce right here.
Oh, okay. So you're going heavy. All right,
we going big boy over here.
Heavy left up here because I think my kids stole half my liquor.
I mean, look, for those of you who may be watching, and you may be thinking, man, under construction is a little off the rails today, and we're not being professional. Damn professionalism today, because I am tired of watching this unprofessional damn football team every week. Why should me and Kaza be professional every week? We're not seeing a professional effort by this coaching staff from week to week. Look, Kaza, it's our fault. You know why it's our fault, Kaza? Because we created the term college shit last year, and damn if I'm not seeing college shit this season. Who would have thought this season we're seeing? Let me explain. Frank Reich was not a college coach. We don't have a college coaching staff, obviously, but the play calling is so damn plain and it is so damn vanilla. It's more college shit than the college shit we saw last year.
Yeah,
who saw this coming? I'm sorry, I did not see this coming. Bryce Young is the number one pick for a reason. There was a moment in this game where we put together a drive. Matter of fact, it was the drive where the Harrison guy comes free on the blitz again and causes the fumble. That drive was actually a very impressive drive up until that point.
6 for 6 that drive.
He was 6 for 6 that drive. And you know what? I don't know if anybody noticed, but Bryce Young called a couple of audibles on that drive. Yep. He was recognizing blitzes. He was improvising. It was like, wow, the light bulb went off. Let's let our number one pick finally do his thing, right? And it looked good up until that point, until it didn't look good, okay? He's the number one pick for a reason. This vanilla play calling and these damn screen passes every other down, man. Something has got to change. We are losing the same way every single week. And this offense cannot sustain itself. The defense cannot sustain itself because the offense can't stay on the damn field. I am sick of it. I'm tired.
You know why CJ Stroud is doing so good in Texas? Because they just let him throw the ball.
Let him throw the ball.
Just let him throw it.
Let him throw it.
He's throwing it. If he throws a pick, oh well. If the receivers cover, oh well.
And you know what? I don't know if I'm okay. This is my ounce of objectivity today. The Texans have no expectations. Let's be real. They didn't expect to go to playoffs. But
they got the two teams clearly better than them in the division.
Absolutely. But Big Mouth Tepper says, I'm not going to accept mediocrity and I'm going to get an all-star coaching staff. So that builds expectations. And we're far beyond even seeing an ounce of those expectations, buddy.
Yeah, about that all-star coaching staff. What the hell are they doing? What is Dom Capers doing? What is he doing?
What is Jim Caldwell doing? Why are they there? Why are they there? Seriously, is Jim Caldwell like sleep in the suite with Dom Capers? Are they like drinking wine from a suite, just watching this crap? But like, let me reel myself.
Yeah. It was like if you was black and a coach of some sort, you was gonna get a job with the Panthers. Because they didn't want to hire. You know what? All they had to do was hire one black coach, Steve Wilkes. You know, the guy that. Okay, this is not the same team that won 6 of their last 8 games to end last season. This is not it. That team is gone. I don't know where the hell they are.
And let me tell you why that team won 6 straight days. Because Steve Wilkes actually found an identity with that garbage he was dealt with. He found an identity. He made things easier for Sam Darnold. Wow. Wouldn't we love things to be easier for Bryce Young around here? Okay. We still had DJ Moore, which we can't understate that. You understand what I'm saying? So there was a coach who found things easy, who made things easy for his quarterback, found an identity. You know what I mean? The defense performed up to expectations. Everything was meshing perfectly. It was the perfect transition. But no, hey, Mr. I'm smarter than everybody billionaire. Let me just go mess with stuff just to appear like I'm smarter than everybody and appear like what I'm going to do is going to improve this football team. No, man. Sometimes you have a good thing right in front of your damn face. Just let it be. I'm sorry, but hedge fund billionaire guys, they always got to just play with stuff like, I'm David Tepper and I made all this money and nobody's smarter than I am. So let me just go meddle with stuff. It's just sickening, man.
I'm going to read a stat line off to you from today that is not from a Panthers game. 25-32, 246 yards, 3 touchdowns, a pick, 116 passer rating. You know who that is?
Who's that?
Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield's passing rating for the season is 96. Now,
Kaza, you just got this salt that you want to just pour in
I'm
the
just
wound.
saying, although I was perfectly fine with them saying, hey, let's reset offensively and go for a franchise QB in the draft. I was actually okay with that decision. But at the same time, and I stated this on the show, why not just ride out with Baker Mayfield? Why not just give him a chance? He played well in the 2 games he played last season for LA. And now, boy, the Bucs are going to win the division.
Guys, let me reason with you. We didn't give any QB a chance. Let's be fair about that. We didn't give Teddy Bridgewater a chance. We didn't give Baker Mayfield a chance. We didn't give Sam Darnold a real. None of those QBs. If we're being objective, if we're being totally objective and fair, we didn't give any QBs a fair chance. Hell, Cam Newton didn't get a damn fair chance. Huh? So we're not expecting all the rest of these quarterbacks to get any kind of extended chance. Like, if we're being realistic, a quarterback needs at least a season or 2 to get acclimated with coaching.
He's got to go through training camp. He's got to learn the playbook. He's got to
Exactly. There is continuity that you have to establish when you're a quarterback coming into a new system every damn season and new coordinators.
You trying to tell me Baker Mayfield and DJ Moore and Miles Sanders with Chuba Hubbard?
Or Sam Darnold. I would have took Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
I'll take Sam Darnold with that.
That's better than Bryce Young behind me, you, and Rodney as the O-line. Me, you, Rodney, and Danny Thompson trying to block passes. That's essentially what you got out there right now. And poor Adam Thielen. I feel sorry.
Adam Thielen. So,
I agree with that. Yeah, we didn't provide it. Cam Newton in the news again this week for making a statement about essentially how the Panthers have set Bryce Young up for failure. And he got a lot of flack from that.
Look, people mad at Cam Newton for telling the truth again. Wow, I'm shocked.
Because he knows they did the same thing to him. I'm sorry, I digress.
So, you know how the Hornets are famous for making these patchwork free agent signings? It's like, okay, we drafted the wrong guys, so let's go get Al Jefferson to kind of accelerate where we're at in the process. Let's go get Lance Stevenson to try to accelerate where we're at in the process. Let's go get Gordon Hayward to try to accelerate where we're at. The Panthers are doing this. They have essentially done the same thing. I know that's hot takey, but damn it, they have traded the world for Bryce Young, okay? But they've sacrificed so much, and they sacrificed so much to the point where they don't have the pieces around Bryce Young for him to be successful. And we haven't even talked about the damn disaster that we have of not even having the damn first-round pick once we go 2-15 or whatever we're going to go this season. We haven't even discussed that yet.
I would even be okay with that if I felt like not just on the field, the players, if the staff around Bryce Young was okay,
right?
Because you got a rookie quarterback, there's gonna be rookie shit, right? There's just gonna be, right?
No doubt.
And a lot of rookie quarterbacks come into situations where they don't have the weapons around them. I mean, when Cam Newton came to the Panthers, he had Steve Smith, and they went out, to be fair. They made a trade for Greg Olsen, which people hated at the time. Yep. And they picked up Jeremy Shockey, but they got him on the end of his career, right? Okay, so they got some patchwork free agents. And so what I'm saying is that, okay, I could deal with this if I had more confidence in the coaching staff. Ron Rivera, his first season, was a lot better than Frank Reich was.
It looked way better than this.
I mean, Ron Rivera is a 2-time coach of the year, and y'all see what he's doing in Washington. Did they end up beating Philly? Because it looked like they were about to beat Philly last time I saw.
Yeah, last time I saw they were tied. I didn't see what
I don't. Frank Reich ain't that so far, which brings us back to the not signing Steve Wilkes. I think it all starts from there. It all starts from you dismantling. You had a good thing in front of you, Tepper. You had a good thing, and you. Yes.
I don't. By the way, Tank, my boy Tank, who's watching, man. Thank you for watching, man. I am drinking Douce. I'm on some fancy stuff today, man, and I'm drinking it straight. No chaser, no Coke, no ginger ale.
Hey.
We drinking straight today, buddy. I'm tired. I'm sick and tired of this team. I'm tired. Kaiser, we've barely talked about the game today. That's how pissed off we are. Because usually we come here and we have our we put on our analyst hat and we analyze the game. Man, damn that today.
Damn it. Because you know what? We said, hey man, Justin Jefferson gonna come in and ball out. He didn't. He had a good game, but he wasn't the reason we lost.
Right. Absolutely. I agree. Right.
Kirk Cousins didn't have a good game.
Time out, Kaiser. See, that's something else that's frustrating because Kirk Cousins tried his best to give us the damn game. He tried to hand it to us, and we
still. Bryce Young had a better game than Kirk Cousins did.
Hands down, not even close.
Yeah, the difference was that Kirk Cousins was sacked twice. Bryce Young was sacked 5 times, and when God knows how many times.
And of course, the death knell was the fumble recovery for the touchdown. And
again, one of the biggest problem. This has actually been a problem for the last 4 weeks. We're not running the ball,
and we're not running it well.
No,
Miles Sanders, 13 carries for 19 yards. What is up with that, man?
You had 31 carries. You could only get 83 yards. Meanwhile, the Vikings had 135 yards off only 23 carries. A team that runs less than any other team in the league.
But Kaiser, we're answering our own question here, kind of, sort of, man. Minnesota, they knew what was coming. We're going to run the ball the first 2 downs and get ourselves in 3rd and long and punt or whatever. But the point I'm trying to make was the offense is so damn predictable. You understand what I'm saying? It's not like we're running a bunch of counters and we're running draw plays and we're trying to like fool the deep. They know what's coming. Simple.
I thought the whole point in hiring Frank Reich was an offensive-minded coach.
Offensive-minded coach.
We decided not to go with Steve Wilkes because we wanted an offensive-minded coach. I'm not seeing it. I am not seeing it. This is a great question. Why don't we run outside the tackles? There was 2 runs where I saw Miles Davis, who the C gap was like
right there.
I mean, it was like the desert. And I understand. You got a helmet on. Sometimes you don't have the vision that we have on TV. But I got to think an NFL running back has got to know, oh, man, the A and the B gaps have closed up. Guess what that means? There's no one C gap. Run, bounce to the outside. And you know how many times Minnesota did that to us?
Right. And also what makes that even more of a great question is like if there's any strong point on that crap offensive line, it's the 2 tackles. You would figure you would run to those sides a little more. But here's what I think, and I could be wrong about this, but here's what I think. I think teams are loading up so much. Look at how much Harrison was in the backfield, the safety for the Vikings. Look how much in the backfield it was because they're not scared of us throwing the ball down the field. It's like there's like, why is DJ Chark out there? Why is he out there?
And the one time they did a double move, what happened? Pass interference. We got the ball right. Go downfield. DJ
throw the damn ball down the field, man.
Yeah. Although that was, I gotta find out who was reffing that game. That was not.
It was a pass interference. It was not illegal contact.
Pass interference.
Right. But here's the bottom line. This is going to continue to happen until we start throwing the ball down the field, man. Because again, it's the same thing every week, and we know the NFL is a copycat league. So all these teams are doing are just loading up the box. They're not scared for Bryce Young to throw the ball down the field. It's that simple, man.
Great question by Rodney. Does Andy Dalton win this game?
Emphatically, no. No.
I mean, the only mistake Bryce Young made was the fumble, that one drive. Otherwise, he had a pretty decent game. He didn't throw any touchdowns or picks, but he went 25-32 for 204 yards. I think Andy Dalton probably has close to the same game. And and his receivers let him down on one of the red zone drives. They were in the red zone. Bryce Young did something that a lot of people are going to miss. A lot of people didn't see this, but he saw that it was going to be very soft zone coverage. The Vikings were going to protect the back of the end zone instead of the front line. So he changed the play.
Right.
He ran drags, ran Shark on a drag. Shark ended up getting held, and it gave the Panthers another first down. That was a very key play. But what happened the very next play? He threw it to fucking Ian Thomas, by the way. Why is he still on the team?
Why is he still on the team?
He put it right where only Ian Thomas could get the ball, and
he still found a way to not catch the ball.
The Viking defender made a great play on the ball, but Ian Thomas should have got that. His guys let him down, and then a holding call, a false start by Terrence Marshall. Get the hell up off the field. Get off my TV, Terrence Marshall. But a holding call took the Panthers back, or false start, took him back 5 yards, and they had to kick.
Is there any reason for Ian Thomas to be on the field when you have Hurst and Trimble on your team?
No, I don't understand. And Hurst had a really good catch at one point on a third down to help us move the ball, and then he disappeared. It was like, we're not going to throw to the tight end anymore. Yeah, and Terrence Marshall Jr., dog. Every week, I see why the other coaching staff was like, I don't know about this.
We don't know about this guy right here.
You know what? He played all right under Steve Wilks, didn't he?
Yep, sure did. You know why? Because he was more disciplined. And what you're seeing out there is a lack of discipline. Like, look, he didn't lose any fumbles, okay? But we all noticed the 2 times he lost the ball after catches. You understand what I'm saying? Now, luckily, they were not a big detriment to the team. But you see the lack of focus and the lack of discipline.
Yeah. If I'm Frank Reich, there's no way that you can say, yep, Ian Thomas is the guy we need out there. There's no way. There's no way.
But to take it further, if you're Scott Fitterer and you're looking at the roster, it's like, why do I need this guy again?
I think they might have cut him and he just showed back up. You ever been at a job and someone got fired and came out to work the next day? You're like, what the hell? And your job's just like, you know what, fuck it. Like, all right, just stay. I think that's all it was with Ian Thomas.
Does Ian Thomas just follow somebody in the building every morning? Because
I want y'all to know, Ian Thomas played with Cam Newton. That was literally 9 quarterbacks ago.
That's a long time ago,
man.
That
was a long time. That was like 2017. How was this man still got a job on the Carolina Panthers? Not doing anything. I don't understand the Carolina Panthers.
Hey man, I don't know if I have ever been so unexcited about a 99-yard interception return, because something told me like, I'm not going to sit here and try and get excited. I'm not.
If they had scored on the next drive, because remember, after that interception return, the Vikings punted and the Panthers drove all the way to the red zone. If they score there, the game's over. Panthers win. Let
me tell you something interesting. And let me tell you something interesting dynamic there. NFL is a game of inches. NFL is a game of seconds, right? One team finished the drive, one team did not. What do I mean by that? Remember the drive where the Vikings had the 4th down and they converted the 4th down and then they go on to score the touchdown? And then conversely, you have the Panthers who put this great drive together, and then the red zone play column, which is another issue, just gets the red zone play column was 50 times worse than the regular play column.
Why are you not passing in the red zone?
At all. At all.
You running against a stacked box. Now, which is funny. You don't run any other time during the drive. You let Bryce Young cook, right? Bryce Young
get to the red zone, and let's get more predictable than we have been all game.
Bryce Young throwing dots. He's finding his rhythm. And then suddenly you're like, okay, let's run up in the middle twice. False start. Now Bryce Young's got to go 3rd and goal on long.
No, Kaza, make sure you get it right. False start on Ikonwu again for the whatever.
Yeah, actually, it was Terrence Marshall the first time.
You're right. It was Terrence the first time. Yeah, no doubt.
Foot. It's like, okay, I get it. That's a tic-tac call, but this is NFL. You got to know you can't do that. If you're a receiver, if you're not going to go in motion, you can't move. You move. Now it's 3rd and goal on the 11. And you know what the Vikings going to do. They're going to send everybody. And they did, and we can't block it. And it's like.
I noticed a couple of times with Bryce Young because the Vikings were sending heat a lot this game. They sent the blitz a good number of times, and there was a lot of times where Bryce handled it very well. But you cannot expect your 21-year-old rookie quarterback to keep doing that, man, and not have what he needs around him to be successful. And again, I hate to beat a dead horse and to sound repetitive, but when on the play where he fumbled the ball and they scored, Harrison comes unblocked. Like, come on, man.
You're gonna let the other teams. How many times did Brian Burns come unblocked? Never. You know why? Because he's the best. You're just gonna let the other team's best defensive player just.
Hey man, why was Brian Burns damn near invisible today? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how, hey, I want to be the $30 million man, but
I'm okay. I'll give Brian Burns a little bit of slack. The Vikings clearly game plan around him because who else on the Panthers defense is going to stop? I mean, Frankie Louvu actually had a pretty good game.
Hey, you know what? Shout out to YGM. Your Tour Gross Models had a pretty good game too, man. Game.
So did
Brown.
No, the guy who's replacing Shaq.
Yeah, Kruger Hill.
Grugier Hill had a great game, I thought. Shout out to Deshaun Jameson.
Yeah, right.
Who had the? You know what? Start that guy. He played Justin Jefferson better than Dante Jackson.
Any other corner we had today. Exactly. Absolutely.
Had a big hit in the backfield. Play that guy. No. Okay, you made 2 good plays. That's too good. Sit down.
No. He played better than C.J. Henderson has all year. Start that guy.
Start that guy.
I was like, who is this dude? Like, like when did we pick him up? Oh God.
I mean, the end of the game, you need to score just to take it to OT. You need to score. And why aren't you running max protect? Why aren't you running screens? You know what the Vikings are going to do. You know.
But wasn't it ironic the way we lost this game? Like on that last drive, we lost the game on that last drive the way we lost all game. Because we got down to the red zone. The play calling got predictable. The execution got sloppy. Bryce Young takes a sack, and essentially that's the game.
Big up to Troy Hill as well. He played well.
No doubt.
The defense played well. I mean, the defense, they had a bunch of big plays, 2 big interceptions. They played as well as you could ask an NFL defense to play. The offense, you got to help them out. And again, they didn't. Stadium music department.
Hey, time out, Willie. I don't know if you heard my rant about the in-game experience with the Atlanta Falcons because I went down to the Falcons game in Atlanta. I don't know if you heard my whole rant about that, but I'm glad you said that, man. Because look, it's one thing to have a trash product on the field, but if you're going to have a trash product, at least make sure the casual fans are going to have a good time. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying that to say, to your point, Willie, and I totally agree with you, the in-game experience at the stadium, it needs a complete overhaul, a complete makeover. Compare it to what I saw in Atlanta, it's just not close, man. So, Willie, I'm glad you brought that up, man.
The organization, I don't know. Here's the thing. David Tepper.
Hey, Tepper. Me and Kaza know some pretty good DJs. So holler at us if you need some help.
And they're black. So if you hire them,
you get your affirmative action hires out the way. That's the Duce talk. I'm sorry.
I mean, here's the thing. Tepper is, I mean, in for a penny, in for a pound, right? He's going to be the owner for a long time.
He is. Yes, sir. Yep. Until he gets tired of it. And that ain't happening. So
here's the thing. He's got to stop being Jerry Jones. Hire football people. Hire an actual GM. Hire football people to make the decisions, like let your GM hire the coach, right? Why are you hiring the coach? You hired the past 2 coaches, and then the one you didn't hire looks like
doing very well.
He's not a head coach, but he's about to win a ring. You know, stop, dude. Just collect your money, right? Just collect your money and go do whatever hedge fund people do. And
because you know how you know, like I know, man. There's this thing called ego. And not only do I have to have the money, not only do I have to, make a billion more dollars with this team, but I also have to get the credit. It has to be about me. Like it's not the Carolina Panthers. It's the Carolina Teppers. I bought live music to Charlotte. There was no live music.
It was weird that like when he took over the team, it was like. He didn't explicitly say this, but the implication was clear that there was going to be a lot of changes and he was going to make it his.
Right.
I want to remind everyone, the previous season, the Panthers made the playoffs. They made the playoffs the previous season. They lost to the Saints in a season that everyone didn't think the Panthers would be any good. They made the playoffs. The very next season, he comes in, takes over the team. The Panthers actually started off pretty well, 6-1. Cam Newton's shoulder got injured. We know how the rest of the story goes. Ron Rivera fired, and everything just tumbles downhill after that, right?
Right.
So what were you changing? You had an organization that was 1 year removed from a playoff appearance, 2 years removed from a Super Bowl appearance, and winning the division 3 years in a row before you came there. They won the division 3 years in a row. Missed the playoffs, made the playoffs. You buy the team, and then now they suck. Come on, man. What were you changing? I don't.
Because you have these impatient owners, and let's be clear, an impatient fan base, right? And everybody wants what they want right now. Everybody wants instant changes. Everybody wants the optics of an owner coming and making sweeping changes. Those optics always look great to fan bases, right? Yeah. Oh, the owner cares. Oh, the owner's making moves. Oh, the owner is doing something that the old owner didn't do. And it's not always successful. It's not always the answer. There's this little thing called continuity that matters in sports. Okay, what you do is you continue the things that are good about your franchise, and you just improve the weaknesses of your franchise. Everything doesn't always take sweeping changes to be successful.
You're just a guy with a YouTube show, and you play. This ain't Madden, bro. Come on.
I'm sorry.
We're not billionaires.
I'm sorry. My bad. I'm sorry. What do I know? I'm far from a billionaire. What do I know, man? I just do the show with you, man. You're right.
Yeah, I'm just on here talking shit because I can't remember the last time I was this mad over a Panthers loss. I think the last time I was this mad over a Panthers loss was when they lost to the Bills in 2012?
Yeah.
The worst coverage ever on a last second throw from I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
You know what game I'm talking about. The game that got Marty Hurney fired.
Right. Right.
They fired Marty Hurney after that game. And then the Panthers make the playoffs that year.
Go figure, man.
But that was the last time I was this mad. Because and I was mad because I knew they were gonna lose.
Yeah.
That time they're up, and I was like,
we're gonna lose this game. We'll find a way.
We're gonna lose because we can't score any touchdowns.
Yeah, we'll find a way. Yep. Man, I've brought this name up a lot, and this is my last in-game analysis that y'all are gonna get from me today. Harrison Smith had 14 tackles. He's a safety, y'all. 14 tackles and 3 sacks.
You know, If the other team is blitzing their safety, guess what that means? Those of you who know a little bit about football or even play Madden, if the other team is blitzing their safety, guess what?
Somebody's open, man.
Somebody wide open.
Somebody's wide open.
Now, you could say, well, Bryce Young got to find that guy, and you would be true.
Yeah, no doubt.
But I would offer this. Once, okay. Twice, you might want to watch for that. 3 times, you messed up. You called the wrong play. You didn't account for the fact that they might do a safety blitz. And
on third downs, by the way. All these were on third down, by the way. Yeah.
Like Cam said, you set your guy up for failure. And you know, I commend, and I hope this didn't get lost on people. Watching Bryce Young being able to accurately read the defense and make changes to the plays was big. But your quarterback shouldn't have to make that many changes.
He shouldn't have to do that. He shouldn't have to do that that much, man. Yeah.
I mean, every once in a while, if he sees an advantage that if he sees something he can take advantage of. But Bryce Young is not doing that. He's saying, "Ooh, this is bad.
This is wrong."
Right? Yeah. We're gonna get killed this play. Kill.
How many times did you hear that today, Kaza?
Yes.
I heard the word "kill" like 57 times a day, man. That's gotta be a record, dude.
Yeah. If your quarterback is audibling out of bad situations that much, you gotta. No, you know what? I don't know anything. I'm just a guy that plays Madden, and I'm on a YouTube podcast. I don't know anything about professional football. I need to just shut up.
Hey, man.
Let the offensive genius and the all-star coaching staff do their thing.
Hey, man, let me ask you a question. Do you have anything else for this game? Because let's just get to offensive, defensive.
Yeah,
I have nothing. I have nothing else to say about this damn team until I see something different, man. Let's just move on.
Offensive MVP, Eddie Pinheiro. Eddie Pinheiro is the best kicker in the league. Y'all can fight me on this. Everyone wanted this man fired after the Atlanta game last year. After the Atlanta game. Y'all know which one I'm talking about. Everyone wanted Eddie Pinheiro's head on a stick in the middle of downtown Charlotte on trying to trade. Everyone hates this man. He has missed one kick since then and hit one today that he probably shouldn't have hit, because actually he probably shouldn't have kicked it, because the Panthers should have gone for the touchdown, but I digress. Kicked a 56-yard field goal. That was money. That dude is money. Offensive MVP, I would have given it to Bryce, but he didn't pass for any touchdowns. He just survived. Ironically, probably his best game as a pro. How stupid is that?
Right. Right. Defensive MVP.
You know what? We say this name every week. Every week. You know what I'm going to say? Sam Franklin.
Every week.
We say his name.
Yep.
Sam Franklin. So that's my MVP.
All right. Offensive MVP for me, I'm going to go Adam Thielen, and for one simple reason. As bad as this offense is, it would look 10 times worse if he was not on the field. So for that reason, I'm going Adam Thielen. Defensive MVP, I like the game Jeremy Chin played, and a lot of stuff I think Chin didn't show up in the stats sheets. I mean, he had 6 tackles, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss, but there was. I'll give you an example of what I liked about Jeremy Chin, and maybe we're figuring out that you just put this guy on the field and let him do whatever. But there was a critical third down play with Cousins through to Jefferson, and Chin was covering Jefferson, and he had him covered pretty well. You know what I mean? And again, it's just a small example of just sticking Chin wherever. Just put him on the field. Don't give him a position. Just put him out there. And I think Chin, he's best suited to be that guy. And I think today was a good example of that, man. So I'll go Chin. I'll go Jeremy Chin today, man. Okay. Yeah. Predictions.
I'm tired of talking about these motherfuckers. Let's give our prediction.
Who we got? I don't even know who we play next week.
I don't know. Someone asked earlier in the chat, do we see the Panthers getting a win this season?
2 at the most right now.
They'll beat the Bears. And that might be because the Bears might lose on purpose.
How ironic is that?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. We not beating the Lions next week. That ain't happening.
Nope.
We definitely not beating the Dolphins. That not happening. The Texans. Okay.
I don't think we're beating the Texans.
I'll tell you this: CJ Stroud will struggle against the Panthers defense. He will.
That's a hot take. Explain,
I don't think
sir.
that's a hot take at all. He's gonna have problems against that defense. That's a good defense out there.
True.
That's a very good defense. I mean, Kirk Cousins, an NFL vet, struggled. Desmond Ridder, although Danny will say otherwise, I'm not going to say Desmond Ridder struggled, but he wasn't able to do a lot. David Carr struggled. Quarterbacks struggle against the Panthers defense. It's just that the offense can't keep up their end of the bargain. I think CJ Stroud will struggle. That don't mean I'm picking the Panthers to beat the Texans, by the way.
Right. Right. I think we actually might beat Indianapolis. They're pretty bad.
The same reasons we might beat the Texans. Anthony Richardson will struggle against the Panthers.
No doubt.
After that, though, Cowboys, Titans, Bucks, man, just
in the season. So next week, score prediction. What you got, man?
28-14 Lions.
Lions don't have any trouble scoring. I'm gonna go a little more high scoring. I'll go Detroit 31, Panthers 7.
Okay,
that's where I'm at with the Panthers.
I was gonna say 7, but I figure they'll get like one garbage time touchdown.
Yeah. I get you, and that's where I'm at. I'm picking blowouts. That's where I'm at with this goddamn team, man. So anyway, Kaza Sose, the next. Go ahead, sir.
We talking about we gonna talk about the other motherfuckers in the city who ain't worth it.
Let's talk about the other frustration in Charlotte.
I'm gonna say some Charlotte shit right now. Some of y'all in the room will, as soon as I say this, will know what I'm talking about. Bring back Charter Pines. Y'all remember Charter Pines? The Charter Pines Behavioral Health Clinic, Charlotte, North Carolina. They got shut down because they was doing crazy shit. Bring them back because the Charlotte Hornets.
We need a medical clinic for this team.
Need Charter Pines right now. Y'all got these Charlotte sports is bad for your health.
For those of y'all wondering what we're talking about, Hornets backup third-year center Kai Jones has lost his damn mind. He has exhibited some bizarre behavior on social media where he's dancing and rapping and sweating and looking like he's taking perks and mollies and saying just a nonsensical shit on social media.
Talking about teammates, it's crazy.
Yeah, G talking about he can beat Shaq one-on-one and all this craziness, man. And I think the Hornets finally looked at it and was like, you know what? You need a timeout, bro. Go take care of yourself, man. Go check into a mental health facility and get yourself straight. So they had, now the Hornets didn't say they suspended him. He's out indefinitely. Okay. Cause what you think about Mr. Kai Jones losing his damn mind?
Shit, I'm with you, Kai. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I lose my damn mind if I'm losing that much.
You know what? After when Malik Monk went to Sacramento, they didn't say this a lot in LA, but when he was doing well last year in Sacramento, they kept saying something that was bothering me on the broadcast. They were like, Malik Monk kept saying that he was losing his mind in Charlotte. You know, I guess that's why he couldn't stay off the coke or whatever the fuck he was doing.
Right.
But I kind of understand now. Something in Charlotte
is not right. Right.
Something making people lose their mind here.
So I talk
Monk, Kai.
Right. So listen, man, I talked to a very credible source on Wednesday, right? And I asked the question. I said, hey, man, is Kai Jones losing his mind or is he just being young and goofy? And the source's response was, it's a little bit of both. But here's the interesting response I got. The interesting response I got was, I also wouldn't be surprised if he's just purposely trying to get traded. Now, if he's trying to get traded, this is a little extreme. if you're going that route. But then again, we are talking about what, a 21, 22-year-old kid. You understand what I'm saying? Now, when I first saw this, Kaz, I'm thinking to myself like, well, you know what? I knew Kai Jones was eccentric. I knew he was goofy. I knew his personality was a little quirky, and I wasn't worried about it at first. Like, let me confess, I wasn't really worried about the social media stuff at all.
Right.
But now that the Hornets have shut him down indefinitely, and I've talked to people who know him, hell yeah, there's something up. There's obviously something up now.
You know what? Go ahead. Finish.
I was just gonna say, man. I think we all in agreement here. The Hornets don't have veteran leadership. Well, they don't have the type of veteran leadership they need. You understand what I'm saying? They don't have the real alpha male personality. They don't have the Todd Gibsons and the Udonis Haslams, and they need something like that in that locker room ASAP, man.
Oh, every time they've had it though, they had Isaiah Thomas, who people can say whatever they want about him, but he played well for Charlotte, and he was willing to be that kind of role model and mentor for the young guys. And they didn't bring him back. Kelly Oubre is a vet now. He's a damn journeyman. Now, we don't need him no more. Ish Smith.
No. And Dennis Smith Jr., who is pretty vocal, and probably what you needed from a leadership perspective, let's let him go. And not only let's let him go, but let's go sign Edmund Sumner and Frank Ntilikina instead of making it a priority to bring back Dennis Smith Jr.
Yeah, I do agree with this. Nick got a new contract. They drafted another center. Kai does feel like the wall's closing on him. Well, you got to do better, bro.
You got to do better. That's on you. Listen, man. Say what you want to about Nick Richards, but Nick Richards earned his spot. He earned that backup center position, man. He earned it.
Starting if they didn't draft Mark Williams.
Look, man. We can be critical of the Hornets all we want to, but here's one thing that I can say that they've been consistent with. Here's the one thing I can say they've been consistent with. With whatever coach they've hired, the coach has always said, we don't give you anything. You earn it. And I can respect that. I'm sorry. I know a lot of fans are like, no, you give your young guys playing time. No, you're supposed to be playing your draft picks. But I respect the Hornets for saying, look, man, we got a roster that you're competing with other people for your position. Go earn it. And everybody's not going to be receptive to that. And that's just the bottom line, man.
Isn't it weird how people, Charlotte fans, are saying Bryce Young has to earn his time, but
then when it comes to the Hornets, it's like, why don't we just give them?
Why don't we just let James Bouknight shoot 27 times? I don't know.
Whatever, man.
I don't know. I do agree they need to move Terry Rozier, because Terry Rozier you would think would be the veteran guy, but he's not. He's not. I'm not saying they need to move him because of the kind of he's a good player. Obviously, he's one of the best Hornets. But I think right now his value is probably as high as it will ever be, and I think they could get something in return for Terry Rozier.
But here's my concern. Here's my concern with moving Terry Rozier. If you move Terry Rozier, do you have faith in who's behind Terry Rozier? Because I don't want to hear this business about Brandon Miller being a two guard. I'm sorry. I'm in complete disagreement there. I'm just sorry. So if you're moving Terry Rozier, are you trusting Cody Martin to start? Are you trusting James Bouknight to start? Are you trusting Nick Smith Jr.? Like, what's the contingent plan? You understand what I'm saying? I totally get why people want to move Terry Rozier, but what is the contingent plan? Because what you are losing is one of the best what do you call it? Catch and shoot guys in the NBA. Okay.
Literally, yeah.
You're losing another guy who can get his own shot. You're losing a guy who hits big shots for your team. Have a contingency plan if you plan on moving them. That's all I'm saying.
So there is a conversation that comes up a lot when people talk about Charlotte sports, particularly the Hornets, because this doesn't seem to apply to the Panthers for some reason. But it's about the culture,
right,
in general in Charlotte. with the Hornets. There is a culture of losing. There is like this culture of mediocrity that just permeates through the Hornets organization. It starts from the top, and we can never seem to get past that for one reason or another. We draft the wrong guys, we hire the wrong people, whatnot. I think it might be something else because I'll tell you this much. I don't feel like the Hornets have drafted the wrong guys in the past.
Not lately. Not lately.
I mean, there have been a few misses, like Book Knight might be a miss, but at the time, we all thought that was a good pick.
Right.
And people can say whatever they want about the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander trade for Miles Bridges, but before Miles Bridges and his incident, you could really make the sound argument that trading SGA for Miles and Graham, people forget that part of the trade. We essentially got Graham.
Got 2 first-round picks.
Right, who ended up averaging 18.2 points a game for the Hornets. So we had like Miles Bridges and Devontae Graham. That wasn't really a bad trade. So I feel like the Hornets have done okay with the draft, considering where they've picked.
Right.
And then the only other question is, okay, have we hired the right coaches? I felt like that JB was the right coach. And I don't think that Steve Clifford is a bad coach. He was just kind of what the Hornets had to. I mean, he was the only person that would coach for us, honestly, after, they unceremoniously let JB go and then couldn't get Atkins to commit to the team.
And they dissed D'Antoni. Don't forget about that one.
Yep. So I think maybe what it is that the Hornets don't have the facilities. I mean, that's not in the literal sense of facility, but I mean like the resources in order to help young players make the transition to the NBA.
Right.
I don't know what other teams are doing. And I think that part of it is the city they come to. A lot of people will look at a city like LA or New York, and it's a lot of trouble to get into in those cities. And that's an understandable take. But the problem is that in Charlotte, there's not a lot of trouble to get into. So what ends up happening? Players get bored and they go find it. They make trouble. They find trouble to get into because they're now young, literal overnight millionaires. Like literally, you go from having nothing to having $500,000 in your bank account, and you're bored, and there ain't shit to do in Charlotte but eat Bojangles, and they find trouble to get into. The Hornets got to do a better job of mitigating that. Hey, this is the NBA. We're professionals and we're going to conduct ourselves like professionals. And that means not selling drugs, not beating up our girlfriends, not driving drunk and getting pulled over by CMPD, not going on social media and they've got to come out and set this culture up. They've got to say, look, we know Charlotte ain't shit to do, and you guys are going to find shit to get into. I think that's what it is.
So my next question is, do we trust these new owners to do that? And here, let me add some context to that. People probably don't remember when Snell and Plotkin came on the first time, when Michael showed the minority share to those two guys. The reason for that was to help with those type of resources. And it never happened.
Yeah.
And we've questioned why that didn't happen the first time Snell and Plotkin came on with the Hornets. So why should we trust Snell and Plotkin to even give a damn about these resources that we were wondering they didn't help with the first time?
Yeah, I mean, this is not a case where you, like with Tepper, who was not involved in the organization at any previous point. These are guys, they have been part of
they were already with the Hornets, right?
Since 2019, they bought into the minority ownership of the Charlotte Hornets and have been part of those discussions since then. Why do we think they're going to come in and just change stuff?
I mean, well, look, man. They might have been pretty busy with their lives being economic terrorists with the whole Robin Hood, GameStop shit, man. So maybe they just didn't have time.
Out about that. Apparently, that's supposed to be pretty good. So
yeah, I'm definitely gonna check that out. Actually, so yeah. All right,
Yeah,
man.
I think MJ, and it won't surprise me if that was one of the reasons Mike left.
Yeah, we said the same thing. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either.
Think about this. You are the greatest player in NBA history, arguably the greatest person to ever touch a basketball. There's only 2 other people on the planet that could even make that claim. And even that's debatable. And you own an NBA team. And you have a player coming in. He's got potential. You know, you draft him. You pick him up when no one else would. And you say, you know what? Let me talk to that player one-on-one. Let me do a film session with him. I'm gonna show him some things. I'm gonna because I have a lot of faith in this guy's potential. And you bring him into your office and you sit down with him and watch film, and he blows you off. By the way, I'm talking about Christian Wood. Christian Wood did that. And that is a story that comes directly from Christian Wood, saying that at the time he was young and stupid and he didn't want to do film sessions with Michael Jordan. How would that make you feel if you're Michael Jordan? I'd be like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm out. Why would you care about a team or these players who don't respect you as not just as an owner, but as Michael Jordan? Now, granted, Christian Wood probably never saw a live game Michael Jordan ever played, and so I understand that mystique doesn't mean much to him. But still, you have a guy like Michael Jordan sitting down and say, "Hey, let's watch some game film together. I'm going to show you some stuff," and then you're like, No, or a guy like Malik Monk, who Michael Jordan loved Malik Monk. I feel like Michael Jordan saw something in Monk. We never seen Michael Jordan interact with any other player like he did with Malik Monk, slapping him in the back of the head, sitting beside him on the bench every night, all kinds of stuff. And then what does Malik Monk do? He does what he did, goes into the drug program, fails the drug program, then leaves the organization and talks shit about you. Yeah, for Michael Jordan, I'm taking my $3 billion. I'm getting out.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Especially when I'm the figurehead of a lot of sensationalized criticism. You know, some of the criticism warranted, but a lot of it is just sensationalized because of who I am. And I'm probably, and I'd be sick of it too, man. And before we move on, shout outs. Every time we bring this topic up, you know what I'm gonna say. You know the famous game I'm gonna bring up, Kaza. That Orlando Magic game where the photographer caught Michael Jordan on the bench and Michael Jordan's face looked like, I have had enough of this shit. Y'all can have it. We have never, ever, listen, I have been watching Michael Jordan since I was 8 years old. I have never in my life seen a look of defeat on that man's face like I saw that particular moment in that particular game. I will bet money that was the moment he said, I am done. I can't do this anymore. Because he realized there's nothing I could do. When he was a player, I can't control it but so much. Right. Yeah, when he was a player, even when he was in the Washington Wizards front office and they sucked, he said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna suit up. I'm gonna play. And I'm gonna play the play or it blew me out. But he obviously can't do that now. Right. So
he's like, I've done what I can. And maybe, Michael Jordan, of course, made mistakes as an owner. Every owner makes mistakes. It's just that his got magnified because of who he was. Right. And Charlotte professional sports teams are not allowed to fail up like the Lakers, who could be trash one year and then the next year they're championship contenders because they're in LA. No. LeBron ain't coming to bail the Hornets out. Kevin Durant ain't coming to bail the Hornets out. It ain't happening for Steph Curry, we love you, brother. Yeah. Oh, Dale, bring your son back. No, that's not happening either, guys. Let's just get it. Yeah. All right, man. Shout outs. Let me just give a shout out to our fans who joined us today. Y'all were, like I said at the beginning of the show, y'all were the only reason we do this. Only reason that I even watch the Panthers anymore. Snowman 33, best Charlotte sports show around. Thank you. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much, man. That's because we keep it real. We don't. Yep. We do. We're sports fans. Let me say this again, man. If there's anybody that is new watching us,
We pride ourselves on not being hot takey. We're not going to give you the sensationalized answer. We're going to give you the real answer, whether you like it or not. And there's people who don't agree with us a lot who still watch us, and we appreciate that too.
Yep.
So anybody tuning in, man, we love the interaction, and we always want y'all to come back. So thank you from the bottom of our heart, man. Seriously.
Yep. Thank you. Shout at. Hey, okay. Deion Sanders lost. Okay, yeah, yay. We over. Okay, like
you stole my parting shot.
Yeah, I was just saying, like we didn't think Colorado was going to win every game. And I guess there's another point I want to make real quick about Deion, because a lot of people so there has actually been a lot of really good black college coaches out there.
Yeah. Marcus Freeman, Notre Dame. Right. I want to shout him out, man. Yeah,
who are not getting the same kind of press that Deion gets,
but we know why.
Although I feel like that's a fair point, though. Let me say this though about that, because I hate that that's being brought up, because it diminishes Deion Sanders, and I'm gonna tell you why. I know you're a Florida State fan, and you're old. You're almost as old as me. We remember when Deion Sanders was at Florida State. He was a superstar in college.
Absolutely.
In college. Right. We remember him in Atlanta. We remember him, high stepping into the end zone. We remember MC Hammer on the sidelines at the Falcons. We remember him going to the Cowboys in the rivalry with Jerry Rice. We remember him playing in an NFL game, in an MLB game in the same day. Never been done in history. We remember this man batting over 500 in the World Series.
Yep.
The best quarterback in NFL history went to the World Series and batted over 500. Deion Sanders is one of the greatest athletes America ever. He's one of the greatest. And the only reason people don't talk about him the greatest NFL player ever is because he played on defense, and they never get that kind of recognition. If you talk about the two best defensive players in NFL history, it's gonna be Lawrence Taylor or Deion Sanders.
LT and right. Yeah,
Deion Sanders changed the game. They literally the term shutdown corner is Deion Sanders. And then we remember his comeback. He played well when he came back and played for the Ravens when he was like 40 years old. Deion Sanders has always been a superstar, and his star has shown brightly throughout his career, pre and post NFL. So I am not surprised that when he goes to a Division I school, a FBS school, that he brings that shine with him. And I don't think that people should get mad over that or feel like that it diminishes what other black coaches have done. We don't talk about those coaches because they did not do what Deion Sanders has done for sports professionally and collegially.
On top of that, we know Deion's personality is larger than life too. You know what I mean? Right.
There's a reason kids want to play for Deion.
He's charismatic. He has a charisma. Yeah, absolutely.
He's doing something special with college football that we've never seen. And I think that the way we should look at it is we should hope that permeates down to other black coaches instead of saying, well, we should focus our effort on these other guys. No, we shouldn't, because they're not Deion Sanders. We should catch this star while it's still rising, and then let the stardust fall up along the rest of college football, because that is how we start the process of letting this get into more black coaches and black staff members in the NFL, despite what David Tepper is doing right now. Hey, if you're black and you need a job, just call David Tepper. All right,
I'll take my closing remarks another way. Despite the hoopla behind Deion and the Buffaloes, the hoopla and the hype cannot replace the process. And with that being said, I'm speaking towards fans in the media and even other coaches, and which they should know this already. Even with all the hype and hoopla and Wu-Tang being on the sideline, and whatever rapper being on the sideline, and Deion wearing the shades and all this stuff, it's the process of building a sustained success college football program. You can't escape that. Not even Deion Sanders can escape that. So the expectations need to be managed by, especially the newcomers to college football. Don't be shocked that he lost to an 8th ranked USC team. He was expected to lose. And on a side note, shout out to the Buffaloes for even coming back and being in that game. You know what I mean? Again, side note. But the point I'm trying to make is everybody needs to calm down and let this process play out. I'm predicting and I'm rooting for Deion for this process to play out to a point where the Colorado Buffaloes are this big-time program and Deion's responsible and he's getting these big-time recruits to come to this program and the black man gets all the credit for it. We're all rooting for that, but we got to let it play out. And here's a word every sports fan does not like: patience. You have to exhibit some damn patience. He's going to get there, y'all. Chill out. And that's my closing remark for the day.
Hey, good point, Prahlad. Shout out to the Charlotte Vikings fans today for showing up. And
where the hell did y'all come from?
I'm telling y'all, I have very close ties in Minnesota. I got a Twins jersey right over there right now. Twins are my favorite baseball team. I went to high school, Park Center High School in Brooklyn Park, Minneapolis. Ain't nobody there Vikings fans, so I don't know where the hell y'all came from. I went to a Vikings game in Minnesota in 1995, and it wasn't that many Vikings fans there. So I don't know where the hell y'all came from, bro.
Hey, Kaza, I hate sharing this while the biggest Panther haters online here, but let me share this with you, and I think you'll agree with me. I'm a Panthers fan, obviously, diehard Panthers fan. I would like to go to more games. You know why I don't go to more games, Kaza? Because I'm not going to pay $60 a part. I'm not going to pay $100 extra for an upper level ticket. I'm not going to put all this damn effort into going to Panthers game when the product is trash.
When the product is bad. You know what? I wish Jerry V was here. Rest in peace, Jerry. One of our good friends, very good friend of the show. He'd been on here a few times. He gave us a lot of advice and mentorship. But he used to always say that if the product is bad, don't support it. You got to let the ownership know that you feel like the product sucks. And I'm hoping that, if I'm David Tepper and I look out there and I see all the changes that I made to the Panthers, and I'm sitting up in my skybox and I see Vikings fans, so many Vikings fans that is causing my team to get false starts, that Vikings players are doing this to get the crowd hype.
That was disgusting.
If I'm Tepper, then I do what I need to do. I say, you know what? What he needs to do is say, let me hire some new football guys. Let me step back and hire football guys and let them run the team. I'll run the business side on it, because what you need to do, Tepper, you need to actually be in the meetings talking about why I had to pay $58 for 2 hot dogs, 2 drinks, and a damn pretzel.
Yeah, and then when I get in the stadium, I gotta listen to damn Taylor Swift get me hype about a damn football game.
Yeah. This man wants a new stadium. Are you crazy? And he wants the city to pay for it. Normally, I'd be on the side of the team here.
Right.
They need a new stadium, but I'm with the city. Hell no, I ain't paying no. Hell no.
Hey, look, I would love a new stadium, but you ain't about to take out my tax money to pay for no damn stadium right now. You must be crazy.
Bet not.
All right, man.
I'm about to go. I don't even want to play Madden. I'm so mad right now. I hate football so much.
hey, man, Mama Ricotta's for dinner, man. I'm meeting some buddies at Mama Ricotta's for dinner, man. What you got on tap tonight, man?
Man, I'm sick. I can't go out. I'm just gonna order some pizza and continue to drink my troubles away. It's Monday. Yeah. So hopefully you guys have a better week. We love you guys. We love our fans, man. Those of you come every week. Those of you guys who are new. If you like the show, help the channel grow, please go to YouTube, like and subscribe. You can turn the notification. You don't have to hit the notification bell. That's stupid. Just like and subscribe to help the algorithm pump us up some more so that we can do bigger and better things. We'll be back in the studio next week because my shit was fucked up. That's a long story. But we'll be back at the bar in the studio next week. And we love you guys.
Hey, Kaz, I might bring a bottle next week, man. So
hey, we're gonna need it after
no doubt.
the Detroit
No
Lions make us a little crazy.
All right, brother.
All right, y'all. Y'all take care. Peace, y'all.
Peace, y'all.